1. Which of the following best describes the primary purpose of the CBCP certification? A. To provide advanced training in mechanical engineering design. B. To validate competence in building commissioning practices. C. To certify individuals in construction project scheduling. D. To offer credentials in real estate property management. 2. During commissioning, which activity ensures that the systems meet the owner's project requirements, OPR? A. Value engineering analysis. B. Verification testing. C. Space programming. D. Risk assessment. 3. Which document forms the foundation for developing commissioning plans and test procedures? A. Basis of design, BOD. B. Submittal log. C. Procurement contract. D. Facility condition assessment. 4. In adult learning principles, what is the most effective method to train facility staff on commissioning processes? A. Passive lecture delivery. B. Hands-on demonstrations with immediate feedback. C. Repetitive written tests. D. Assigning independent textbook study. 5. Which evaluation method would best assess the performance of a chiller system during commissioning? A. End-user satisfaction surveys. B. Functional performance testing. C. Historical energy benchmarking. D. Staff interviews. 6. Curriculum development for commissioning training should prioritize which characteristic? A. Linear memorization of terms. B. Alignment with real-world tasks and equipment. C. Heavy theoretical content. D. Emphasis on unrelated case studies. 7. A commissioning professional notices a gap between design documentation and installed equipment. What is the most appropriate communication approach? A. Issue a request for information, RFI, with detailed observations. B. Ignore the discrepancy until occupancy. C. Report the issue only in the final commissioning report. D. Speak directly to the facility operator without documentation. 8. Which regulatory framework most influences building commissioning practices in the United States? A. ISO 14001, Environmental Management Systems. B. ASHRAE Guidelines and Standards. C. OSHA Construction Safety Standards. D. Federal Aviation Regulations. 9. A mentor guiding a junior commissioning engineer should focus primarily on A. Memorization of codes without context. B. Developing independent problem-solving skills. C. Limiting responsibility to clerical tasks. D. Reducing exposure to fieldwork. 10. Which commissioning phase involves verifying that systems are performing according to design documents after occupancy? A. Pre-design. B. Construction. C. Post-acceptance operations. D. Design development. 11. A communication plan for commissioning should include ... A. Daily site safety reports only. B. Defined roles, frequency, and format of updates. C. Procurement budget summaries. D. Architectural renderings. 12. When developing test scripts for commissioning, the most critical factor is ... A. Matching tasks to vendor preferences. B. Ensuring replicability and measurable outcomes. C. Minimizing documentation for efficiency. D. Avoiding coordination with contractors. 13. Which evaluation tool measures the energy efficiency improvements after commissioning? A. ASHRAE Level 1 Audit. B. Energy Consumption Baseline Comparison. C. Facility Management Handbook Review. D. Construction Cost Estimate. 14. Effective mentoring in commissioning is best achieved through ... A. Sharing war stories without technical depth. E. Structured shadowing and progressive responsibility. C. Restricting access to client meetings. D. Providing only written manuals. 15. When preparing a commissioning curriculum for adult learners, what principle ensures retention? A. Repetition without application. B. Abstract theory focus. C. Practical, problem-centered learning modules. D. Long, uninterrupted lectures. 16. Which commissioning deliverable documents the overall process and outcomes for the owner? A. Closeout checklist. B. Final commissioning report. C. Procurement schedule. D. Design intent narrative. 17. A commissioning authority must comply with which ethical responsibility? A. Protecting the interests of only the contractor. B. Remaining impartial and transparent in reporting. C. Prioritizing client demands over standards. D. Accepting undocumented equipment substitutions. 18. In evaluating training effectiveness for operators, which method is most valid? A. Written surveys conducted months later. B. Direct observation of task performance. C. Multiple choice quizzes with no application. E. Self-reported confidence levels. 19. Which commissioning activity occurs during the design phase? A. Conducting seasonal testing. B. Reviewing design documents for OPR alignment. C. Performing duct leakage testing. D. Training building operators. 20. A CBCP professional mentoring a team member should first establish A. Strict reporting hierarchy only. B. Mutual goals and clear expectations. C. Isolation from key stakeholders. D. Task repetition without explanation. 21. Which evaluation approach best validates curriculum alignment with commissioning objectives? A. Mapping living outcomes to OPR requirements. B. Counting total training hours delivered. C. Comparing instructor credentials only. D. Reviewing facility floor plans. 22. What is the main role of the commissioning plan? A. To replace construction contracts. B. To outline scope, responsibilities, and procedures. C. To schedule safety inspections. D. To provide a cost estimate for the owner. 23. Which communication technique prevents misunderstandings in technical discussions with stakeholders? A. Using jargon extensively. B. Employing clear visuals and diagrams. C. Withholding details until final approval. D. Delegating updates to untrained staff. 24. Post-occupancy evaluations are used to A. Measure occupant satisfaction and system performance. B. Replace functional performance tests. C. Eliminate the need for ongoing maintenance. D. Satisfy insurance requirements only. 25. When conducting functional testing of HVAC controls, which factor is most critical? A. Speed of test execution. B. Simulation of real operating conditions. C. Ignoring documentation. D. Contractor availability. 26. Which regulatory compliance area often overlaps with commissioning requirements? A. Environmental codes and energy standards. B. Federal tax laws. C. Zoning ordinances only. D. Labor wage regulations. 27. Which mentoring approach encourages critical thinking? A. Giving answers without context. B. Encouraging reflective questioning. C. Assigning rote memorization tasks. D. Minimizing opportunities for dialogue. 28. During commissioning training, adult learners benefit most when A. Their prior knowledge is connected to new material. B. They are treated as novices, regardless of background. C. The curriculum is rigid and non-interactive. D. Instructors dominate the discussion. 29. The commissioning report should include A. Executive summary, findings, and recommendations. B. Architectural elevations. C. Bidding contractor lists. D. Legal property deeds. 30. Which evaluation method ensures that commissioning procedures meet regulatory compliance? A. Cross-checking with applicable codes and standards. B. Reviewing team attendance sheets. C. Conducting staff morale surveys. D. Counting the number of documents produced. 31. Which type of communication is most effective for documenting system deficiencies? A. Informal conversations only. B. Written logs with photographic evidence. C. Memory-based oral summaries. D. Contractor-only discussions. 32. Which commissioning activity directly supports energy conservation goals? A. Calibration of control systems. E. Revising architectural floor plans. C. Furniture layout optimization. D. Reviewing insurance policies. 33. A CBCP professional must demonstrate proficiency in A. Procurement negotiations exclusively. B. Integrated building systems commissioning. C. Structural design calculations only. D. Land use planning.